On Monday Night Raw, obviously the Judgment Day came out and one had one of the best promos or the best segments of the night, I should say. So I know that Rhea Ripley was coming out to say what she's gonna do to Selena Vega. I really like that Damian Priest came out and basically said his entire promo in Spanish of what he's going to do to Bad Bunny in their street fight, which I really love that. But the biggest take of the night was Dominik Mysterio holding the mic, not saying any words, and getting the biggest boos of that segment of that fucking night, and that was so well put together. I love that part right there so much because as soon as he had the mic in his hand, just nothing but booze, straight booze. I mean, and he had the biggest pop besides Cody Rhodes versus the Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar type segment, but Dominic Mysterio had the biggest pop of booze that night, and I loved it because honestly, I can tell myself, and people can tell themselves that Dominic Mysterio is the biggest heel of this company. That's right. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Dominic Mysterio is the biggest heel of WWE. More like a more better heel than fucking Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns is like half boos, half cheers. So he's like, even though you have so much people that despise him because of his long ass reign, but so much people love them. They love the dick ride Roman so much because of those titles. But he's just getting like boos and cheers. But Dominic is getting straight boos, bro. Straight boos. Holding the mic as soon as he opened up his mouth, just straight boos for the remaining of the time. And you know what Dominic's little segment literally had in common with? If you remember that time when Roman Reigns was a heel and they were pushing him for it's not for a heel, they were pushing Roman Reigns for a face so much times that was just forcing Roman Reigns down our throats that we just did not want to see him as a face, and they were just like, bro, just put this man as a goddamn heel already. That's the point where this man was literally on Raw for 8 straight minutes and he did not say one word besides saying this is my yard now. And just before he said those couple words, he was getting the biggest boo reaction of all time. Bro was just looking at the crowd. Crowd was looking at him, booing the shit out of this man. And trying to open his mouth to say a word, and just straight boos coming out of his mouth. That is what Dominic Mysterio's little or trying to say a promo was like. Was just like Roman Reigns getting booed of his lifetime for 8 minutes straight until he said, "This is my yard now." I clap it up. I clap it up for Dominic, and I clap it up for that fucking Puerto Rican crowd because I love that little segment right there was so fucking good. Was so fucking fantastic because that is a true heel. He is a true heel in the industry right now. Like, oh my god, I love that they just completely hate this man for everything. For him being like hitting like basic from the start of his heel history at Clash of the Castle in the UK last year when he hits fucking Edge in the balls and then he basically just clotheslines his father in the face. Just from there, it's just nothing. It's just nothing but up for Dominic, man, in the heel category. And I know when he was at WrestleMania, obviously they wanted him to get his ass beat. They wanted him to get whooped by the belt. They wanted him to lose that match so Rey Mysterio can teach his son a lesson, which I love. Don't get me wrong, but from that from that match with his father to wearing that luchador mask and basically just being a good true ass heel, that was such a good segment for Judgment Day. That was a good way. That was a good basically go home show for Backlash was that segment right there, because that just solidifies Dominic as a good goddamn heel, as one of the top heels in WWE as we speak at the moment. And you know what made it better? At some point, since they have the Judgment Day I think they have the Judgment Day on SmackDown. I think it is. No, they have the Judgment Day on Sorry, since they have the Judgment Day on Raw now, and now since they have you know, Kevin, uh, Kevin and Sami Zayn having the undisputed tag team titles, it's only right that somewhere down the line, Dominik Mysterio and Damien Priest should become like form a little tag team in in the Judgment Day and take on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed tag team championships. And if the Judgment Day wins that, Dominic and Damon specifically wins that, bruh, that would only solidify him as a just the one of the top heels of all time in this generation as we speak, man. Because people love Kevin Owen and Sami Zayn mostly because of Sami Zayn. And every time they come in, it's it's pops. It's always big, huge pops. Plus, with them tag team titles, it gives them more pops. And if and when Damien and Dominic gets it done, and them to becoming undisputed tag team champions, think of the boos that Dominic will get. It will be insane, man. The boos every time he just try every the boos that he will get with them titles on his back. The boos that he get every time he tries to open his mouth. The boos that he gets just raising the titles above his head and be like, bro, I'm tag team champion now. And he said, bro, this is for the Judgment Day. Bro, the boos that this dude will get would be immaculate, man. The boos that he will get will be so immaculate, so good that to the point you just want the titles off of this man. Like real talk. It will be so good that you just want the titles off of Dominic. You should be like, bro, lose them goddamn titles. I hate you as a character. I hate you as a person. I even hate you as a champion. Please get them fucking titles off this man. I hate this, bro. You're gonna get reactions like that, and me myself, I know people hate Dominic, but me personally, I love Dominic. From Because think about it. Think about it. If he won them tag team titles, like if he won them undisputed tag team titles off of Kevin and Sammy, but just imagine, because no one, just imagine that tag team run. Imagine that tag team title run with Damian Priest. Just imagine how great that title run would be, bro. Because his first title run with his father was not really that much memorable. I mean, yes, yes, him and Rey Mysterio, him and his father was the first father son tag team of all time, which they did make history, yes. And but him him with undisputed tag team titles, plus with the heel run that he has, a great heel run that he has right now with the Judgment Day, bruh, them boos would be immaculate. That heel run would be immaculate, and he will only get better and better in the Judgment Day. Like, oh god, like I want that to happen so goddamn much, man. Like, and him just getting that booze of a lifetime, just picking up the mic and not even saying a word, what makes him even more better as a solidified heel in the Judgment Day. And one of the biggest heels in the Judgment Day as well too. Cause Damian Priest already know fire heel. Rhea Ripley fire heel, especially as the SmackDown Women's Title champion at the moment. Finn Balor, the leader of the Judgment Day, fire. Dominik Mysterio as one of the biggest heels in that faction just says something, man. It completely says something, and it's nothing but good, bro. It's literally nothing but good for Dominic, bro. I just want this man to win some gold when the time is right. Honestly, whenever they decide that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn should drop them titles, man, I really feel like it should happen somewhere at WrestleMania of WrestleMania 40. I feel like it should happen. We need to see some gold. We need to see obviously Rhea Ripley, retain her title once Backlash is over. Once Bianca and Rhea Ripley switch them titles, so she can have the Raw Women's Championship and Bianca can have the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then have my boy Damon and Dominic become undisputed tag team titles at WrestleMania, and then have my boy Finn Balor win the World Heavyweight Championship tournament at Night of Champions, bro. Real talk. Because honestly, bro, if that happens, Finn as World Heavyweight Champion, Rhea Ripley as Raw Women's Champion, and then Dominic and Damon as undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. You know how dominant that faction would be, bro. That faction will have all the gold you can think of. It's gonna be just like a bloodline. But the factions I can think of, especially with Dominic as a heel like that, how he is now as a heel, especially if the bloodline was still solid, the bloodline versus Judgment Day. If you have LWO right now, LWO versus the Judgment Day. You have the Judgment Day versus Imperium. You'll have the Judgment Day versus um the Brawling Brutes. You have the Judgment Day versus, like, if I could think of one at the top of my mind, the Hurt Business 2.0, if they ever plan on making the 2.0. But there's so much stuff that you could do. Wrapping around with Dominic as the biggest heel in that faction will be insane, man. I'm really looking forward to whenever Dominic wins gold, because as soon as this man wins some gold, them boos will be even louder. Just like how they forced Roman Reigns down our throats, him having the biggest boos in that little era when he was a face. Dominic is gonna have big boos as Roman, if not bigger boos as that version of Roman and the version of Roman now than we ever seen before. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. I already have high hopes for this man. Very, very high hopes for Dominic. So it's only will go up from here, man. On God.